All right, guys, we're going to be solving logarithmic equations today. Here's our equation that's right down in front of us. And the first thing we want to start doing is identifying pieces that we can get rid of so that we can isolate that variable x. Once we do this, we're going to move over to Desmos and do some daggone good graphical solving as well. So I can identify right away that I need to get rid of that positive 8 there. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract that 8 over to the other side. When I do that, I'm going to rewrite this -4 times, I like to say that, -4 times log base 11, 5x minus 2 equals 16 minus 8, which we know is 8. And then I said -4 times that log. That's because I'm reminding myself, hey, I need to get rid of that multiplication of -4. And in order to do that, I'm going to divide by -4. Okay, that'll cancel. We are left with log base 11, 5x minus 2 equals to 8 divided by -4, which is -2. Now, at this point, I said to myself, well, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? There's no other logs in there, so I can't use log properties, but I can recognize that, hey, this looks like there might be an exponential equation. I have a base, I have an exponent, and I have a weird value. Okay, so let's write it that way. Let's write it base, which is 11, an exponent, which is -2, equals to that value of 5x minus 2. Now check it out. I have got an equation I can work with. And the reason why I know I can work with it is there's one variable and I know I can figure what this is. 11 to the -2nd, which we know is just 1 over 11 squared, which is the same thing as 1 over 121. So let's go ahead and rewrite that up here. I've got 1 over 121 equals to 5x minus 2. Now, it's just a basic problem at this point. This is easy solving. And I'm going to use fractions as we go through this. If you want to use Desmos and change everything to decimals, that's your prerogative. That's cool. I'm going to go ahead and use decimals. So in order to do this, I'm going to add that 2 over. Okay, I'm going to add 2 over. Okay, this is going to cancel. We're at 5x equals to 2 over 1. So I know I need a denominator of 121. So I'm going to multiply by 121. And that should give me 242 over 121 plus 1 over 121. Remember, we need a common denominator. That is going to give me 243 over 121 equals to 5x. Once again, if you don't want to do that, you can go ahead and plug that in and get a decimal. That's up to you. Decimal pen is not working great. Now, in order to get to that next step, I'm going to get rid of that 5, which is 1 over 5. So I'm going to multiply by 1 over 5. This will cancel with that. X comes out. And I'm going to get 243 over 5 times 121, which is 605. Now, let's go to Desmos. Let's go ahead and type in 243 divided by 605. That gives me an answer of about 0.4. So x equals to 0.4. And let's check it out here. Let's go ahead and go back to the original statement and let's graph some things. So in order to check my work on Desmos is I'm going to type it in 8 minus 4. Then I'm going to bring in that log. I'm going to go log to that keyboard over to functions to miscellaneous. I'm going to type log right there with the A. Type 11, and then I'm going to type 5x minus 2, and that is one side of that equation. You can see that graph. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I'm going to say, well, I know that y has got to be equal to 16, or the equation's got to be equal to 16. So I'm going to type in y equals to 16. And let's go ahead and look all the way back in here and see if I can find that value where they intersect. Check it out. Let's see what happens. Boom, 0.402, 0.402. We did it. We did it correctly. Our answer was 0.4016. It is 0.402. 2, we round, and it looks like all of our work over here on our class kick is looking good.